The ingenious program is designed under the guidance of Paramahamsa Nithyananda. The ingenious program is a vaccination for higher intelligence, creating the space of possibilities. The physiological and psychological chemistry of the child changes, setting them up for peak performance in health, academics, communication, and leadership skills. The initiation received from the incarnation rewires their brain, enabling them to the peak of possibilities. You will see amazing differences in your child after they attend the ingenious program. You will be pleasantly surprised and ask, is this the same child? In just 21 days, your child is a new being expressing the highest possibilities and intelligence, dropping all violence and anger. The enormous potential inside them begins to manifest externally in all activities they do, and that is when parents start seeing the hidden talents of their children expressing as intelligence in its various forms. You will see the difference in health in case of sick children and also be surprised with the results of special needs children, creating a new avenue for them towards an improved lifestyle. The ingenious program is a leadership program that is a must for every child to move into the new civilization. For the first time, introducing you to you as a new possibility of tomorrow.
His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda is a world-renowned teacher in the science of living enlightenment. As the spiritual head of the oldest apex body of Hinduism, he is revered as a living incarnation of superconsciousness by millions worldwide. His morning satsangs are viewed live in over 30 countries every day on television and video conferencing. Nithyananda Vidyapeetham is an expression of Nithyananda's vision to mold the new generation into responsible high achievers who represent the best of both Vedic wisdom and contemporary education. Mahant Maharishi Nithya Advaitananda, ordained disciple of Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is directly guided into the Vedic education by him. This parenting session is conducted by Mahant Maharishi Nithya Advaitananda. Mahant Maharishi Nithya Advaitananda is the head of the Nithyananda Vidyapeetham. She is currently guiding several international, urban and local schools and weekend schools around the world. As an educationist with over 10 years of childcare related experience, she has been working in the field of child development and psychology, enriching thousands of children, parents and teachers from all over the world. Ma Advait frequently conducts training in the areas of early childhood growth and development, child psychology, parental psychology, syllabus design, quantum memory activation, multiple intelligence learning techniques, school administration and much more. Prior to taking up the lifestyle of enriching lives through education, she was a talented IT professional working with Fortune 500 company Cognizant for over 10 years, of which 8 years were in the US, where she specialized in project and technical management roles for various Global 500 companies. She quit her lucrative IT career and became an entrepreneur by starting an international school in Chennai. She holds a Bachelor of Computer Science Engineering, Bachelor and Master's degree in Education, and is still pursuing her education by doing a Master's degree in Psychology.
The ingenious program is designed under the guidance of Paramahamsa Nithyananda. The ingenious program is a vaccination for higher intelligence, creating the space of possibilities. The physiological and psychological chemistry of the child changes, setting them up for peak performance in health, academics, communication, and leadership skills. The initiation received from the incarnation rewires their brain, enabling them to the peak of possibilities. You will see amazing differences in your child after they attend the ingenious program. You will be pleasantly surprised and ask, is this the same child? In just 21 days, your child is a new being expressing the highest possibilities and intelligence, dropping all violence and anger. The enormous potential inside them begins to manifest externally in all activities they do, and that is when parents start seeing the hidden talents of their children expressing as intelligence in its various forms. You will see the difference in health in case of sick children and also be surprised with the results of special needs children, creating a new avenue for them towards an improved lifestyle. The Ingenious program is a leadership program that is a must for every child to move into the new civilization. For the first time, introducing you to you as a new possibility of tomorrow.
This parenting session is conducted by Maharishi Advait. Maharishi Advait is the head of the Nithyananda Vidyapeetham. She is currently guiding several international, urban and local schools and weekend schools around the world. As an educationist with over 10 years of childcare related experience, she has been working in the field of child development and psychology, enriching thousands of children, parents and teachers from all over the world. Ma Advait frequently conducts training in the areas of early childhood growth and development, child psychology, parental psychology, syllabus design, quantum memory activation, multiple intelligence learning techniques, school administration, and much more. Prior to taking up the lifestyle of enriching lives through education, she was a talented IT professional working with Fortune 500 company Cognizant for over 10 years, of which 8 years were in the US, where she specialized in project and technical management roles for various Global 500 companies. She quit her lucrative IT career and became an entrepreneur by starting an international school in Chennai. She holds a Bachelor of Computer Science Engineering, Bachelor and Master's degree in Education, and is still pursuing her education by doing a Master's degree in Psychology.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadasham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, everybody. So, this is Ma Advait. First, Ma Advait will introduce Ma Advait. We use instead of I the word Ma Advait, that is my name. So, as a practice of observing ourselves, we use the word Ma Advait. That is my name. So, anytime just raise your hand if you have any questions. During the Egyptian civilization, we used to work through the heart. Now we are working through our brains, which is most of it left brains, scientific datas. In 2012, we are going to work with the heart and the brain. Brain is like a fuel. Heart is like an aeroplane. So when these two components starts adding, we can take off. We can take off, go into a new space. The new space is where a child's space is. I repeat, when the child is born, we work through the heart. But slowly and slowly putting them to schooling and conditioning them, we make them brain related. We stop their function of the heart. So they think only through the brain. When they think through the brain, it's very difficult for them to expand, because logically we can go to only one limit. But there is mystery and mystic school where we need the heart component. In 2012, we need them to move to the heart component. So that's what is all about this Enlightened Parenting about. Today we are going to understand how this new generation children can be groomed more heart-oriented rather than mind-oriented. See, brain is like a computer. So whatever software I download into the computer, I'm going to use that. But heart is like the power cord. However good your computer is, you need a power cord to the electricity. So unless you have the electricity, the connection with the power, your heart and the software doesn't make any sense. So the brain only is just like a computer. It functions the way you want it. And the mind is the software. Either you can put a virus software of negative thoughts, or you can upload some extraordinary intelligent software of mysteries and mystic school ideas. So this is what we do in the Enlightened Parenting to coach parents to get the children into the enlightened space so that they can be catching the vibes which is going to happen in the 2012. Scientifically, what happened was we had a 9/11, September 11th, we had a planes crash into the World Trade Center in US, in New York City. So when they measured the emotional component, the EEG, they measured the emotional component, they saw it hit the peak of all the negative emotion. Because everybody were feeling really bad when the planes hit and crashed into the World Trade Center on September 11th. So when we see all our collective energy, the feeling matters the most. If we all together feel we are going to go to the new age where everybody is going to be loving, it is going to happen that way. If all of us feel only negativity, that society is bad to me, I only suffer, that is because everybody suffers. Not just you, everyone is suffering. So everybody is just pulling all of us down. So even if a child comes and hugs, we don't feel fulfilled because of other negativity around us. We don't feel that, and children feel that more than us. They are like begging for a space where they can live more happily instead of this violent society, this corrupted society, and all the conditional society. This is good, this is bad, don't do this, don't do that. So it's become too much of conditional society. But they believe in unconditional love. As old as even a 16-year-old can experience unconditional love because they don't have some ideas predetermined to them. If you're grown up with ideas which is predetermined to you, you're going to get affected. So collectively, if we all pull them down, they are feeling really frustrated. So the child is actually craving for attention, craving for some toy or something to make the difference which we create as a negative energy. See, when we create negative vibes in all of us, the child doesn't know where to fit in. The child is feeling left out because they are so positive. The child is amazingly positive energy. It doesn't know how to survive in this new place where things are so much of suffering in each of us. So they need a place where they can be themselves. So that is the reason you see them into so much of violence, so much of perversion, so much of things because they don't know where to put their energy. They put it in the wrong place. It's not that they are egoistic. It is not that they are egoistic or they want to be bad to you guys. They are perfectly fine, but they don't know what to do with this energy inside them, which is supposed to express only love. But nobody understands my love. If I come on give love, my mom doesn't understand, my dad doesn't understand, now my friend understands. But if I express as violence, the society understands. If I am doing wrong things, the society understands. So the child thinks, yes, this is how the society wants me to be. So I am going to be this way. It's not the fault of the child for who we have groomed it this way. Because from the day they are born, we constantly give them lots of problems actually. It's a very difficult session because you have to understand the relation that you have created between your child and you. The society has taught us that just by hugging them, we give them love. No. We have to connect to them to give love. The computer has to be connected to get the power. If I go hug a computer is not enough, good enough. We have to express it and we have to allow them to express that. So what we do from the morning, we are so much in a hurry doing our work. We miss these moments to stay with the child and talk to the child. Hey, I love you today. You look so beautiful. And these are the words we talk to them when they are 2 years and 3 years. But when they are 15 years, we never tell them. We are too busy, caught up in a lot of things. And if we say it's more of, from a societal point of view, hi, thank you, hi, I love you. But it's not the emotional from the heart, which really says, I just packed this for you. I know you love it. These are very rare moments that we do for them to understand there is a space where they can experience this. We constantly only hit them with the wrong things they do. That is where the major problem starts. But just turn around and do it in a different way. If we hit them the right things that they do, catch them with the right moments they're expressing. It might be even one right thing, but still it counts. Even one right thing we start catching, they will start trusting us. Now they don't trust us nor the society to express their love. The problem with the society is we are constantly putting them through a space where love is not shown. That means where we are not powering the computers. So the draining is happening. So when the draining is happening, they want to satisfy them through the other means of life. So constantly what they do is get in themselves into problems for getting attention. Because the first thing we teach them is attention. We don't teach them love. Attention and attachment is what we teach them. If we teach love instead of attention, there will be a huge, beautiful relationship. Even a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old, even a 16-year-old will just listen to your words. Even the utter of your word, they will listen to you. Why they don't listen is because they want to express themselves. And they know only the way they express is coming and shouting at you, coming and disturbing you, because they don't know how to express. That is exactly their expression, and our way of understanding is completely different. For example, Madhvik speaks English. You guys speak Slovakia, right? So your grammar, your pronunciation is completely different from mine, even though we use the same letters. We use the same alphabets, but we both speak a different language. A child and a mother sees the same love, but it is completely different. The love of a child is from a very authentic, pure inner space. Even if they are 16-year-old or 18-year-old, they still don't have an idea about the society, which we are going through. We go through so much of suffering. Our life is full of suffering and full of attitudes, personalities, and all kind of things that we have to go through every day. A child doesn't know that area. A child thinks, oh, he is bad, he is good, that's all, black and white. Their life is black and white. They don't know the life that you are going through. So they are very open to you. But by being open, it's literally we put them off. So when we put them off, they understand, oh my God, I cannot be myself. I have to be Mr. Right. I have to do things perfect. Only then, and the way the society wants me to be perfect. That is the first lesson we teach them. You have to be perfect. You have to be perfect the way society wants you to be perfect. But that is impossible. So they get frustrated, they get angry and upset. If they are left to be who they are, to express their dimension, I don't want to study, I just want to paint. That's what they want to do. Perfectly good, let them paint. If they are brought up in such a way, they'll only express joy and love. But the problem is we have certain rules. 6 o'clock in the morning you get up, 8 o'clock in the morning you eat breakfast, 9 o'clock you're off to school and you listen to the teacher, you be good there, eat the lunch, what is given. You have rules. The children never understand rules. They understand only unconditional way of life. But now you're going to ask me, then how to bring them up if we don't understand the rules? The first thing is we need to connect to them. We need to create a space where they understand that a space of a mother and we understand a space of a child. See, when you have 2 kids around to show you itself, they are so lively. They want a mom who's jumping around, who's dancing, who's singing. And we want a child who sits down and listens. That is the difference exactly. That's how we start. That's the beginning of how we start rearing children. And once you understand, if you connect to them, they will listen to every word. For example, one of the children here, I asked him, don't you miss me? Don't you miss your teacher? He explained very clearly. He was a very small kid. He's explaining, if you're not part of me, I should miss you. He's explaining a puzzle. If you put a puzzle, jigsaw puzzle in the ground, if you're missing a part of the puzzle, that means the puzzle piece does not belong to the puzzle. So if all the pieces are together, you will not miss it. He's talking the missing of something lost right here. Do you understand? A jigsaw puzzle, if one piece is missing, that means that piece is not there. If the piece is there, we will not miss the piece and we'll finish the puzzle. So the whole thing is, we miss somebody is because they are not part of us. The child is explaining to me so beautifully in Vidyalia. If you're part of me, I should never miss you. And he said that and just walked off. But I took a week to understand what he said. Oh my God, he's just looking at me like a puzzle piece in his life. He sees all these people as a puzzle piece and he fits them and enjoys them as a whole. A child is more happy in a birthday party than you taking them for a restaurant and giving them a food. A birthday party is more happy and more fun than just sitting alone with mom and dad and eating. They always want a whole. They always want to see everyone happy. They want to share. They want to care. But an adult life is constantly telling them, no, this is my house, my laptop, my things. This is your house. So what happens to them is they start shrinking. They start slowly becoming you and get into the suffering of us, the extension of us. They are not extension of us. They have come here down to earth for expressing themselves. They are not part of us. They are not extension of us. This is the most difficult statement to tell the parents, but that's the truth. They are not part of us. They are a being happening on planet Earth. They are a source of energy who's landing for extraordinary performance. They are here for a mystic reason. Only if we treat them, their mysteries of life, they're going to express this mystic dimension. So when we understand they have come here for extraordinary power and extraordinary expression like teleporting and telepathy. Teleporting means for example, I disappear here and appear on your sofa. That is exactly is going to happen. They're going to learn all these signs. And that science was available. It was available during the pyramid time. They built Egyptian pyramid with all these signs. The Vedic civilization was there. It got lost. So now we are teaching the science back again. And the science work only through the heart. Only when they see people sharing, connected, happy, that each one is a meaning to other one. Like we are all parts of each other. So we are all part of each other. Like one of you is a thumb, one of you is a heart, one of you is a lungs. Each one is a part of each other. We are so connected. Once you see a family, for example, eN-Vidyalaya is a group of people where they teach this science to the kids. Vidyalaya means the heart flowering. The flowering inside the heart happens. So when people are connected in that space, the children are so happy. The energy flows into them and they listen to you, whether they are 16-year-old, whether they are 4-year-old, whether they are 2-year-old. They understand the space very beautifully. They're able to reach to you guys and tell what they want to do in their life. Why they have come to live with you and me. What is their purpose? They're able to express that. But if we condition them, don't do this, this is good, this is bad, they're going to shut down and say, this is too hard for me. I'm not able to get this. They're going to become one of us where we suffer. Because we feel we are alone on planet Earth and nobody is there for us. Why do we want to give this idea to the child? A child came here to have a celebration. They came here to share their love. But we made them to become an orphan, alone. So obviously they are so frustrated and irritated with the whole idea of life. By 15, 16-year-old, they are off. They don't want to listen to anything what we say. They say enough. Whether anywhere in the world, this is what is happening. Because too much, the parents, the society, their friends, everybody is pushing them too much. And they don't need that. At least 20 years back, we had a simple life. And now, the life is so complicated. We have to work, we have to take care of everything, and we are so occupied with so many things. And we are lost in our own world. No time to share. No time to understand. Everybody is in the same problem. So once we understand and form a group, we can create a beautiful space for the child, for them to groom. Then only they're going to become enlightened child. They're going to open their heart and be authentic. So Madhved is going to give you few tricks which will work the first shot you tell them. The first shot. Only thing you need to ask the child, especially smaller child below 7 years, it works like miracle. If you ask them, are you happy doing it? You go to a crying child and ask them, are you happy doing it? First few times they will not understand why suddenly mother is asking or somebody is asking me this question. Are you doing it from your heart? The second question, are you doing from your heart? Do you feel it in the heart to hurt others, to drop the milk or not to study? Are you feeling this the right thing to do? Are you doing it from your heart? And the third question, are you authentic? Not hurting you. Are you sure you're not hurting yourself by doing what you're doing? These are powerful statements. The kids, whether they are 4-year-old or they are 15-year-old, they will answer to the question what you want. These are very, very powerful questions. They start understanding because they live in the heart. So these are the questions to ask to a child because they live in the space of a child, a heart, a beautiful flower, a new bloom flower. So are you happy doing this? What would you do otherwise? Then slowly and slowly, as you keep talking, the first time, the second time, and by the third and fourth time, they will be very, very authentic. They will understand what is the correct thing to do. They will start connecting to you and the adults and telling and expressing their problems. You know what happened. They will start with that. I'm feeling left out. I'm feeling all alone. I don't know why. I feel something wrong with me. These are the statements which will come to a conclusion whether any problem they have, whether they're not studying properly, whether they have relationship problem with other kids, whether somebody is violent and always get beaten and bullied, whether some teacher is shouting at them, whatever the problem they are facing. They boil down to these questions because this is what we have taught them. We are teaching them they are wrong and it's not okay to make mistakes. And you are left alone to stand by yourself and suffer like one of us. These are the subtle messages that we give the kids. Only thing we have to just change the loop and feel connected and ask these questions where love starts happening between you. Instead of saying, why did you do this? You can simply ask, are you sure it is not going to hurt you by doing this? There's a lot of difference. Why are you doing this? Directly comes from the mind. Logical question. Is it hurting your heart? By doing this comes from your heart. So obviously the child starts understanding what they need to do and how, because they constantly want to give love. That is the reason they are here. The only reason children happen on planet Earth and God has created children is to show us love still exists. It's a beautiful space. Love still exists. Only thing we forget to experience it and we think we are more intelligent and we spoil the whole space. But they are the most intelligent beings. They know how to have fun, how to enjoy their life. They know how to live a life. They don't get emotional. When they get emotional, they just drop it. But we keep on reiterating, live with that emotion. See, first they get knowledge. Second, they get emotional learning. We call it emotional quotient. First is a intelligence we want to teach them. Second is the emotion we want to teach them. And third is a spiritual science we have to teach them. The spiritual science is the deep concept. Like I told you now, the 3 questions. Are you authentic? Are you really happy doing this? Those are the spiritual quotient. When we teach the spirituality, what is love? When you share, when you care, then only you overflow into others. Only then, only when you overflow, you can feel the love. That is something once we start teaching, we also start living that space. That's why with children we feel, as a teacher we always feel young. As a lawyer we always feel old. Or a doctor we always feel sick. So as a children we feel young because the love radiates. It radiates through them. So we love like squeezing them and sucking their love out. Because they're so much in love. We just want to give them a hug. When you see a small child and comes and stands in front of you, you just want to catch their cheeks and eat them. Because they're so cute. They're just radiating love. We can also be like that cute when we start expressing that love. And we are capable of. That's exactly, their only secret is they get connected to each other. And they share and they care. We are so disconnected. Our world is disconnected. Parents' world, society world is so disconnected. The kids' world is so connected. So all we need to understand is to keep it connected. So once we connect with a child, we are in an amazing new space. So Madhvait wants to now do a small workshop. And each of you can read your workshop. Madhvait wants to know what you expect from your child, your children, however old you are. Like they can be 2 years, they can be 6 years, 7 years, 14 years. What do you expect from your child? What are your expectations? You can write basic from him taking bath and brushing his teeth every day. And you can write about him keeping things clean and studying properly. You can write all these points, but please list out all the points. What do you expect from your child to be? What is the child that you want? Complete list. From brushing the teeth to studying properly, everything. And if you have 2 children, please make 2 columns and write the whole thing. The world is already there. We create it. If we create the world with love, it will be beautiful. If we are upset, then we will create only things which upset us more. A child understands the space very, very well. So when he shared love and connected with another boy, that boy never hit him. But he used to hit all other kids. See how beautiful they teach us the lesson. That's why when you become a teacher, you learn a lot. So that's how I learn from my children. All these that I'm telling you has completely I owe to my children. Completely Swamiji gives the message, then I go teach them, then they teach me, then only I understand. See, I got a wound in my little finger and it still pains. But this boy doesn't have a pain when it is a fracture. Because we are so conditioned to life only for suffering. So it hurts us. The children are conditioned to love. So they are so enjoying. They're always enjoying with whatever they have. Whether it is a roller coaster ride or it is an eN-Parenting workshop, the kids out there are enjoying there. Right in front of you. Kids love to be in the enjoying space. We love to suffer. We never want to jump around and say, wow. We always like, oh my God, this is too much for me. That's how we live.
The ingenious program is designed under the guidance of Paramahamsa Nithyananda. The ingenious program is a vaccination for higher intelligence, creating the space of possibilities. The physiological and psychological chemistry of the child changes, setting them up for peak performance in health, academics, communication, and leadership skills. The initiation received from the incarnation rewires their brain, enabling them to the peak of possibilities. You will see amazing differences in your child after they attend the Ingenious program. You will be pleasantly surprised and ask, is this the same child? In just 21 days, your child is a new being expressing the highest possibilities and intelligence, dropping all violence and anger. The enormous potential inside them begins to manifest externally in all activities they do, and that is when parents start seeing the hidden talents of their children expressing as intelligence in its various forms. You will see the difference in health in case of sick children and also be surprised with the results of special needs children, creating a new avenue for them towards an improved lifestyle. The Ingenious program is a leadership program that is a must for every child to move into the new civilization. For the first time, introducing you to you as a new possibility of tomorrow.